Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in to Nev's Garage. If this is your first time joining us here, please hit that old subscribe button and also toggle on that little alarm bell. That way you'll be notified when our next video comes out. Don't get too excited though, still got to get through this episode. Today we're going to be fitting a manual boost controller to this MY99 WRX. Now it's just a pretty basic gated boost tee, right? It's going to be really simple to fit. Let's get into it. Okay, so here it is. Here's our unit. Now if you want to see what this bad boy is like, check out the review over at Nev Reviews. It's a pretty in-depth discussion and a teardown of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do first before we touch anything is get a baseline boost reading. Now remember, recently we changed from the factory E3 ECU to a later model Y7 ECU. Alright, so keep that in mind. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure you check that out. She's a ripper. Okay, so this is going to be factory boost from an MY99 WRX with a Y7 ECU. Going to give it a nice second gear wide open throttle run when I get some clear road. But let's get to fitting it. So we're going to put it down here. I'm thinking I'll probably mount it off the factory bracket that has the original wastegate controller on it. Somewhere about here where we can still close the bonnet, where it's fairly out of the way, but we can still adjust it. So what I think I'll do is I'll make a little bracket to pick up some factory screw holes it's got here, and we'll use the mounting threads in the back of the unit. So what I'm going to do is make up a bit of a cardboard template and make it up. Alright, so I've got my cardboard here, make a bit of a template out of it. Now what we use is some grease to mark the holes. And then in she goes, like this. See the holes there? Cool. Alright, so here's our template. So what we're going to do is just get a bit of old scrap aluminum, like this. I'm going to use a piece of it. So I'm going to use my template to trace a pattern. I'm going to keep it fairly basic, like that. Mark the holes for the holes, like that. And because it's only 1.6mm alley, I'm just going to cut it by hand. Okay, so this is going to be the top corner where the boost controller is going to live. Pretty much about there, like that. So let's just try and square it up a bit. Mark the bottom. Measure our hole centers. 12. It's about that far up from the bottom. There's one there, one there. How do they look? Superb. So I'm just going to mark them with a center punch and do the same for the mounting holes. Now I'm going to pop some holes in it. Alright, so there it is, drilled and roughly cut. Just going to go and hammer it all flat now and deburr all the edges, and then we'll test mount it. Alright, there she is, all deburred. Give it a quick spray of satin black, and of course the obligatory Nev's Garage engraving. Alright, let's mount the unit. Okay, so that's the unit mounted to the plate. Looks pretty tidy. Okay, let's shove it in the car. Alright, so in the unit goes. Got some M4 little bolts. Right angle drill. And she's in. Alright, so it's time to connect the unit up. Now we're going to be using this Raceworks 4mm silicone vacuum hose. Let's get it hosed up. Alright, so let's take the hose off the wastegate. And off the turbo. And then take it out of the duty solenoid servo line. Just tuck him out of the way for now. Okay, now we'll put our nice new hoses on. So first we'll put one on the wastegate actuator. Like that. Now we'll put one on the turbo. This is the pressure feed for the wastegate. Push him on. Cool. Now let's run it back to the boost controller. Like that. This one here coming from the factory boost controller. What we're going to do with it is just chop it. And put a bolt in it to block it. Because it bleeds back to here. Alright, so we just don't want any air leaks. Tuck him out of the way. And we're going to leave the factory duty solenoid connected for now. Alright. Couple of zip ties now. Alright, so now before we go and set it up, what we need to do is wind it all the way in so that we don't suffer any overboost. Okay, there we go. So that should be zero bled off. Should be just original wastegate pressure. Alright, so let's take a bit of a look at it now that it's all fitted up and sitting in there all tidy. There's the unit.
And there's our new silicon lines just going directly to the turbo and the wastegate. Not bad, eh? Cool.
So I'm going to do a second gear wide open throttle run like before and see if we have any difference in boost response. Yeah, certainly do.
Alright guys, well that's it. We've got our nice new manual boost controller fitted now, and it's all calibrated. Now it's wound all the way in and it's running 15 pounds of boost. And I'm guessing the original wastegate isn't set at 15 pounds based on the way the boost used to behave and bounced around a lot. So I would say the internal spring of that manual boost control valve against this little seat takes about 15 pound to crack. Lucky for us, it's exactly right for this application. Obviously, it's adjusted right in, so it's got plenty of potential if we want to boost it up in the future. But for now, that's all we wanted. We wanted a more constant boost curve, which is what we've got. Once it spools to 15, it's got a dead flat boost all the way to redline. Alright, so that wraps us up with this episode of Nev's Garage. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for liking and sharing. Please subscribe to us here on our YouTube channel and like and follow us on our socials at Gossa Media. See you next time on Nev's Garage.